Okay, welcome to episode 6 of my Sony Vegas tutorial series, and today we're going to have a look at some more transitions, and I'm going to use my video that I made a little while ago. This is my welcome video for my channel. I'm very proud of this. So what we'll do is we'll have a little look at the product and then see how we go from there. I'm just going to expand this window out so it's a little bit bigger, and then I'll click play. 1, 2, 3, play. There we go. So really impressed with that, and it was took quite a long time to make. It's just over the minute mark, and as you can see there are at least 24 channels, some of which are sound. However, 22 channels of video with different transitions and things, and some of them they're not difficult to do, they just take some time to work out and how to do it. As you can see, this particular here from level 2 down to level 6, this one is the section where the various videos come in, and they fly in to a certain location. Each of those locations you have to set manually, and making them fly in is easy, but it's actually just making sure that you've got them so that they land in the right spot. And then you can add in the text as well, which is on level 7, so every time they come in, the heading disappears down to the below the actual video itself. So today what we're going to look at is making videos come into the channel, into your main project, just like that we've seen there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 different videos, and we're going to start with a new project this time. So we're going to try and see what we can do to see if we can make a very interesting very interesting project. So I'll just add in a few video tracks, and we will be doing with the track motion today, and we did actually cover this briefly last time, and some of the animation techniques that I use. So we've got 4 tracks there. I think that's probably going to be enough. We need one of these for the base, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a colour. So we'll select a colour, maybe yellow, and we'll drag that down. So if we so we have to click the box to get rid of it. A bit annoying. We just expand this down to about 1 minute. Now what we need to do is, if we're going to make this yellow colour slide into the screen, down here, this one here, the event pan and crop, and what we'll do is we'll make it slide up from the bottom. So just draw it up to the top of the screen there, so it's not on the screen, and then make our pointer go to about 10, or maybe let's have a slow intro. So there we can click the event keyframe and then just make it appear back into the center by restoring it. So hopefully when we zoom this in to run the it will run and the yellow will appear on the screen. So if we run that from the beginning, it will move quite slowly up the screen. As you can see, that is pretty slow. It's probably a bit too slow. So let's adjust that, because that's actually way too slow. Right, oh, I pressed the wrong button. I wanted the pan and crop. So let's move this keyframe down to about about 4 seconds, somewhere around there. I don't know. Let's see how that plays. There you go. That's a bit better. Still very slow though, isn't it? Still very slow. Should we speed that up? Yeah. Okay. So let's zoom in a bit. Half that speed, so it's about 2. Let's try that. There you are. That's better. Okay. So if we were going to go from a white screen to a yellow screen, then we would need to have another track there. So we're going to put another track in, and we'll switch these tracks. Now just click it and draw it up. So you have that, and then we'll move this across slightly, and then we will put a white background in there. Now you need to make sure that that white overlaps. Oh, I've got insert on. I beg your pardon. There you go. Take that off. Remember that function is when you insert. You can auto ripple, so it inserts anything, and it moves everything across, which we didn't really want that to do, and I always forget to turn it off. So if we just move that across, what you're going to have to do is overlap the white so that as it comes in, there's a little bit of black there, so we need to make it slightly longer. So the white and then the yellow slides up the screen like that. Okay, now if we want to have, if we do our video, so we have this here, we want to have another colour maybe halfway up the screen, and we use green. I mean, some of these colours are very, very garish, I know, but just for example, really, isn't it? So if we go about there, so we have white going into yellow, so the yellow fills the screen, and I reckon probably about there we have our green. And what we'll do is we'll slide the green. First of all, we'll make it a bit smaller, so, and we'll take it off the screen as well, so we'll have it slide in from the right hand side, and what we'll do is we'll make it slide in, so about there. That's that's about yeah, okay. So we'll go about there and keyframe, and then we'll put a restore so it comes into there. Now what will happen is when this appears, when this slides in, it's going to fill the whole screen. We don't necessarily want that. What we want is half the screen filled and the other half yellow, And to do that, we're going to use the track here, this little double square, which is the track motion pan box. The cursor here keeps in sync with the main project, so that when you move the cursor here, it will move the cursor in the project as well. Now the cursor is actually at the beginning of the yellow, but we actually want it at the beginning of the green there. So we will have the track sizing that we're going to make it a particular size. I really don't like that snapping when it snaps to the screen. Now all we're going to do is just adjust the aspect ratio. Sorry, not the aspect ratio, the X and Y, so that we can prevent the scaling in one direction. So we want to have it. I always get these two confused. Let's try that one and see what happens. That's the X one, so we should be able to go that downwards. Oh no, that may be the other one then. What I want to do is make it smaller. Oh no, that way. So I don't want that. I want the X one, which I was right. So I was right. So we want to make it smaller. So I reckon about halfway. Now it is really, unless you do some maths over here, then really it is play it by ear really. I mean, you could do like, if it's 1080, half a screen, by 40, isn't it? So if we put that in there, minus 540, so it's 1080 by 1920. Well, this is actually slightly larger, probably where I've moved it when I was adjusting it. So let's put this back at 1920. Okay, so it's the right size. Now obviously if you're really good at maths, then you can actually do this manually, because I'm not very good at maths. Oh, I think I've adjusted the wrong one. I've adjusted the Y. I should have just adjusted the height, so that should be 540, and I've done that wrong anyway. So I think I've really cocked this up as far as numbers. I can't remember what that was now. 380, I think. Let me just put 380. Yeah. Okay. So leave that there. We'll play with it anyway. So if it comes in as it comes in, there we go. So it feels, as we play it, it will come in. It will feel. Yeah, I think we're probably going to have to adjust that slightly, because it's not quite half, is it? So let's go back in, and we can just, there we are. So we just moved up to the end to there. So that's about right. So it was actually 282 rather than 382. So I was slightly wrong on that. So there we go. That is now, that will play. So we start up with white. It will go into yellow, fill the screen, and then it will have a green box. Well, we've got a slight problem with it in the fact that where I've adjusted it, there's two keyframes there. So we need to delete one of the keyframes, and I believe it's the first keyframe I need to delete. So this one here, we'll delete that one, and we'll move the keyframe to there. So hopefully now, as that goes through, it should be the right size. Now, two videos. We need two videos somehow. So we're going to have to look at our video bits and pieces. I think we'll use this one. So we'll put that in. Oh. All fingers and thumbs today. So if we get to our position where we finish the green, which I think is about there. So we'll put our wood Now to make this, obviously it's full screen at the moment, so what we'll do is we'll do the same thing that we did before, and we would adjust the box, but we need to make sure that X and Y are ticked. Then we can, we need to undo both of those rather than tick. So let's make it smaller. Oh, flipping heck. Oh, I hate the snap bit. That's really annoying. Right. Okay. Oh, snap. Right. So let's continue trying to adjust this. So we'll have our video there. Now really what we need is that video to fly into the screen, and we can use that with the flying out if we want. Or there is another there is a what is it, a spiral, which is quite good. This will allow it to spiral in, and I think if we just use the default, so if you drag that down to the video track and then drop, you know what's wrong today, this is just not playing ball. There we go. So we drop that down to the video, and you basically can adjust the length of time that it takes. I normally like to have it fairly quick, so maybe 15. Let's have a look at what we've done so far. So we just there we go. So it zooms in. It will zoom in to there. So as you can see, quite effective, and then we'll just repeat that with another video. We'll do that one. So drag that down, and what we'll do is we'll do it after. Oh, we've got sound on this as well. I forgot. Delete sound. Delete the. That's right. Okay, so we'll start the video at the end of the spiral of the first video, and again it's full screen. So what we'll do on this one is we'll do it slightly differently. We'll do it with the pan and crop, and we will make it smaller, so it's about the same size roughly. Okay, don't worry about where it is, because we're going to move that with the track motion. So the first video we did with track motion alone, and this one we're doing with the pan and crop. So what we'll do is we'll just move this over. It is slightly bigger than the other one, so if we make that smaller here, that'll be we could go back into the pan and crop and do it, but while we're here we may as well just do that. Okay, I'm not going to be too precise, but you get the idea. The fact is that you have to spend some time on this and get it right. If we play that from the yellow, so we have our white, we have our yellow coming up, and then we have our green, and then we have our two videos. The second video doesn't fly in, and we just do spiral again. So we need a left spiral actually. Right spiral, spiral out, spiral in. That one there, that will do. So drag that down to the edge, and then let go, and then we can adjust the time of it. Actually, we'll make the first spiral a little bit longer, and then we'll move the video, and then we'll leave that one just there. So we have yellow, green, spiral, spiral, and there's our two videos running. So as far as that's concerned, we've done quite a lot today. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and do come back again for another one very soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.